I want to change gears and do something that I haven't done before, which is read excerpts from the website that I started called genderfork.com. It started off as a photo a day project, posting an androgynous photo, like a portrait. They're usually like beautiful artistic things that I find on Flickr from artists on the internet. And then after a year of just having that going and getting kind of like a regular following of, queers and people who want to get to know queers and want to be friendly to queers and liberals and all the ecosystem. I opened it up so that people could send me their anonymous thoughts on gender. And that's a lot of what you see on the coffee table right there are some quotes from that. I hope you take some home with you. But what I want to read are some of the ones that I've liked a lot. These are all anonymous. I want to tell the people I love that I'm genderqueer, but I'm not sure I have all the words I need to tell them. I wish my spouse could understand it all better. I wonder what is the best approach with my very young child. Should they always know, or should I wait until they're older? I wish I could find clothes that fit my body and my perception of myself, and that I had the skills, time, and money to make them. I hate that I have such a womanly body. It feels like a caricature to me. Fighting it to be more masculine physically hurts. For the most part, though, I've made peace with everything except for my chest. Now I have a date for surgery on the horizon. Gender and sexuality have confounded to the point where I don't know how to relate to people in terms of dating or sex. I seem to be a confusing mess, but I just want to be a boy, or I just want to be a boy when I want to be a boy, and a girl when that calls to me. I want the choice, without biology's restrictions on what I can create, both within and without. One person wrote, I feel like a cross-dressing male in a female's body. This confuses me. And then somebody responded immediately saying, I feel the same way sometimes. I was born female, and sometimes when I dress feminine, I feel like a male dressed as a female. I'm pretty comfortable with it when I'm around queers, especially genderqueers, but I feel very awkward about it when I'm around non-queers, especially when I'm using the ladies' room in a public place. I feel like the straight ladies in there are going to look at me and wonder why a man in a dress is in their bathroom. That was somebody who's born female. I went into a McDonald's recently for the first time in years, and their Happy Meals had a choice: a boy toy, a car, or a girl toy, Barbie. As the adult version of that girl who liked to play with the toy cars, this saddened me. My sister once said she'd disown me if I became a lesbian, and that really hurt me, even though she took it back later. I love her, and I love her acceptance of me more than I love the idea of getting to push the boundaries of my identity. I hope when she gets older and goes out into the world, out of her little heteronormous bubble, her attitudes change, because then I can be freer. I noticed that fellow genderqueer or trans folk I've encountered don't seem to mind being asked, do you have a pronoun preference? And even thank me for asking. In cisgendered folks, cisgendered by the way means somebody who is not transsexual or transgender. In cisgender folks, the question seems to inspire a range of emotions from bewilderment to haughtiness to rage. I find it curious that most people would likely say it's better not to assume anything about a person, but about gender something, some people not only welcome the assumption about themselves, but they react accordingly when it's not there. People tell me, genderqueer, that's just something female-bodied type people try during university, people in academia, trendy people who aren't caught up in the real trans experience. It has to do with theory, not reality. It's pretentious, it's lightweight. They're just screwing around with gender norms immaturely, trying to smash what needs a little reworking. I wonder how many people would identify as being genderqueer if someone just sat with them, just started talking about that experience. I bet a lot would, more than you'd expect, of all kinds, everywhere. There's a small part of me that enjoys cute shoes and would not hesitate to spend hundreds of dollars for a single pair. But then there's a very large part of me that would never, ever, ever wear those shoes. I think my inner butch is oppressing my inner femme. Either that or I just prefer wearing comfortable shoes. I'm not 100% comfortable with girl, but I accept it because boy would make me even more uncomfortable. I haven't found a better alternative, and undefined breaks my heart. No one understands this confusion. You're a girl, you're my girlfriend. I know that. but it doesn't change the fact that I'm confused. I just want you. I just want someone to understand and accept that I'm confused. And things may change someday. Will you still love me then? I like this one. I've been wearing a beard for a couple of months. I enjoyed it, got compliments. I had been wearing a beard for a couple of months. I enjoyed it, got compliments, and was pretty proud of it. I got bored of it today and shaved. Then I exfoliated, moisturized. I quite comfortably identify as male, though I'm never quite sure what that means to others. Right now I feel pretty. I'm pretty much loving it. I'm a woman. I'm straight. I just don't like wearing women's clothes. I like baggy jeans and baggy hooded sweatshirts. I like t-shirts with geeky messages. I don't like flowers or pink or skirts. I don't wear makeup. Why would I wear makeup? It seems like such a weird thing to do. My hair is short and I have a mohawk and I have piercings and I have tattoos. It seems that most people have a box in their head where they put butch woman, and that box is labeled lesbian. I even had a doctor ask me once, "Are you sure you're not a lesbian?" Lady, I think I'd know. If I fell in love with women and or wanted to have sex with them, it seems like something that one would be aware of, wouldn't you think? I often wonder if there are anybody else like me, or if there are any men who are attracted to women like me. By the way, I posted that on the site, and a whole bunch of people were like, yeah! It's great. While waiting for the single-size women's restroom to open up, a shop owner encouraged me to use the men's room instead. While I go for androgyny most days, it's usually pretty clear that I lean towards the feminine side. They're the same, he said, and so my morning started off with a physical manifestation of my own views of gender. Sure, there are binaries that most of the world expects you to stick to, but in the end, it really doesn't matter. Just get your business done. Wrap up with this one. I'm a femish queer woman. Not so much heels, makeup, skirts, but girl pants and tops. And my boyfriend is F to M, female to male, somebody who was born female-bodied and transitioned later in life to male. I never pass as queer, ever, except occasionally when we're together, and we can't both pass as at once. Either he passes as male, and I'm seen as straight, or I pass as queer, and he's seen as a butch lesbian. I hate that I feel like it matters. So there's a lot more where that came from, and if that struck a chord for anybody and you want to say something but you don't want to say it out loud with your identity attached to it, what I have on the site is an open-ended text box where you can just send me whatever you want, whatever you're thinking about gender. I'm not even tracking your IP address. I won't know where it came from. You don't have to sign your name, and it may end up on the site and people may respond to it. So it's kind of a nice community thing going on.